Is rhythm gaming and the rhythm gaming community dead? We'll examine that and I'll tell you my thoughts on that issue right here in this episode of Cena's Corner.
Cena's Corner, world's #1 rhythm game reviewer.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Okay, so the #1 question I have been asked over the last several months is rhythm gaming and the rhythm gaming community dead? So I thought about that answer, and I have a lot of thought of why the rhythm game community is where it is, and I'm just going to give it to you straight. I've always spoke very candidly, and I'm not going to stop speaking candidly now. I'm just going to tell you the truth of why I think the rhythm gaming community is where it is. Some of you may agree, some of you may not. I may step on some toes, but oh well, let's examine that. First of all, rhythm gaming in itself, the genre, is not dead at all. You've got Harmonix that just released Dance Central 2, which I have a review coming out about that this weekend. You have 505 Games that just released Grease Dance. You have Ubisoft that just released a couple of days ago the Black Eyed Peas experience. Before that, we had the Michael Jackson experience. Rock Band 3 was the last Rock Band game. And there's a whole slew of other rhythm games that are on the market that are just coming out. So the genre itself is not dead. However, I think the question should be, is Rock Band and the Rock Band community dead? So here's my thought process on that. First of all, I don't think the community itself is completely dead. It has drastically slowed. You have seen a lot less interest, I will give you that. But I don't think it's the developer's fault who makes the game that's happening to. Of course, Harmonix is working on a whole brand new project right now, as I came out with that several months ago. And the only thing that Harmonix has been able to tell me or anybody else in the gaming press was that whatever this project is going to be awesome. They have said nothing about a Rock Band 4, and I've always said that if there's going to be a Rock Band 4, then that is going to happen, and we're going to hear about that in 2012 at E3. However, I really wouldn't be too shocked right now if we never got a Rock Band 4, because it does seem that Harmonix is starting to evolve and move towards other directions. With the invention of the Kinect, they've been able to do what they wanted to do, which is full motion gaming. Therefore, they've thrown a lot of time and a lot of their hat into Dance Central. However, I'm just going to put it out to you like this. The community within itself has destroyed the community. You see, I've been around this scene long enough to remember how it used to be when my career first got started over 3.5 years ago. Rock Band and Guitar Hero was on the upswing. Everybody was completely in love with it. People was finding new ways to put videos out. People was finding ways to do split screen videos. People started having favorite people that they like to watch. You got several people that's made a big name for themselves out of this industry. As Right Reaction, I Write Pretty Hard, Build TV Show, Some Guy 913. You got them all. Even Danny Johnson is now a 6-time, I think, world record holder for the game of Guitar Hero. But then what started to happen is all of these guys were good. And they all decided they wanted to be good. And at least, and I'm just speaking from the people that I know, I don't really think I Write Pretty Hard, Build TV Show, and Kaylin, Some Guy, did it because they wanted to be famous on top of the world. They did it because they were good. And I can only speak on what I feel about them because I've met each one of those guys personally, hung out with them for a whole week, and I know generally what kind of people that they are. However, these were the standards now that we started holding everybody to. It went from just playing the game for fun, just throwing up a video because you love the game, just throwing it out there and you can miss, 50 million notes, but people say, hey man, that was a good try, to if you didn't FC the song, you were no good. We don't want to watch your video unless you FC a song. And for those of you who's new to my videos or new to rhythm gaming, FC means full combo, which means that you have hit perfectly every note without breaking your 4-time multiplier. So that little 4 you see at the bottom of the screen has never went away and reset itself. That was the beginning of the end for this. So then as the years, in my last 3.5 years progressed, it got worse. So now you have people that had fans out there. Then you got people that badmouth. Then the trolls came along. So their whole thing was, we're going to run everybody off we don't like. We're going to just create our own little regime within the community ourselves. And if we don't like Cena, well, we got to do everything we can to get rid of him. We don't like this person because he's associated with Cena. We got to get rid of him. Oh, guess what? This dude is friends with 14 other people over here that we just can't stand. So let's do everything we can to get rid of him. So slowly but surely, you started seeing people leave the rhythm gaming industry. Or I should say the rhythm gaming community. So then, as we have it now, everybody wants to blame me because I got an idea a couple years ago and I said I wanted to create a team for a majority of these people who like to play the game and all they want to do is play the game and all they want to do is have fun with the game. And I'm going to target people that I feel was unknown. However, do I know everyone out there that's underground? Here's how I pick my underground people. If I never heard of you, you underground. Point simple. Well, that all blew up because then everybody said, oh, you ruined Rock Band because you came out with teams and Team Cena ruined Rock Band. Team Cena didn't ruin Jack. It was the people around me who decided they wanted to create their own teams because they had a pet peeve that they didn't get in the team. So then I had videos made out about me. I'm not going to mention any names. People are still around and you know exactly who you are. I had videos calling me all kinds of names. I had videos calling me, telling me, oh, get lost. Your team is gonna suck. Oh my goodness, let's bring up a regime and let's just destroy it and let's make a whole bunch of other teams. So then the community shifted again because everybody or these certain people took something that was supposed to be good and now they wanted to make it bad. So then all of a sudden we had teams that just started popping up everywhere. And what direction did most of those teams go? Exactly. You had to have the best people because you wanted to do a full combo. The prerequisite for most of these teams were FC. Now let me make this straight. Let me get this straight for everybody can say I hate everybody who did full combo teams. I'm not talking about teams out there like Team Legend and like Team Beth. I personally know the leaders of both of these teams. They like to do full combos because they have fun at it. And they're good at it. That's fine. No problem with these two teams. I love them absolutely to death. But before there was a Team Legend and before there was a Team Beth, every other team that came out was doing it in spite of the reason why I created Team Cena, which was just for fun. So it still didn't work because all these other teams still wanted people in there that only could turn out an FC. If you couldn't FC, you were done. Period. So as I sat back and I watched the community that I helped build crumble, I had to come to grips with why that was. And that simply is because it's not fun anymore. Team Cena was supposed to be all about fun. But the people that was there, who was there really for fun, that's what happened. But the poisonous people that came into my team and they turned my team this direction and I had to put them out or get rid of them, who became trolls to myself and to other members of the team, just took the core of that and twisted it. The moral of the story is that only the community can implode itself, and that's exactly what the community did. It imploded itself because instead of having everybody attempt to work together, to have a great community, to have a great sense of just nothing but game players who wanted to play the same game on the same genre and have fun, it had to turn into this big, huge competition to where you had to be better than the other person. If you don't believe me, there is a video that I put up that was called, I believe it was my father, Greg, and a wake-up call to the community. And if you look at some of those comments, that's exactly what people said. I stopped coming, I stopped playing, and Rock Band got out of the community because everybody had to be good, or everybody was making fun of this person, or everybody was doing this, that, and the other thing. That's what happened to the community. Activision, no matter if you hate me or not, didn't make things any better because they did oversaturate the market. That ended up to turn into a flame war of who's better, Guitar Hero or Rock Band. Honestly, it really shouldn't matter who's better. It just should matter what you like to play. I get ridiculed because, oh, you don't like Activision. You can't stand Guitar Hero. Listen, people, my job is what? If you look at the top of my channel, it says what? Cena's Corner Reviews. I am a reviewer. I am in the video game industry. It is my job to be critical. It's my job to tell you from my own standpoint of what I think. I don't get paid by Activision, so I ain't got to say nothing nice about them. I don't get paid by Harmonix. I don't got to say nothing nice about them. I don't get paid by anybody for my reviews, so guess what that means? I can say whatever the heck I want to say, and if they don't like it, so be it. It isn't that I didn't like the game at all or don't like the games, but I'm going to give you exactly how I feel and what I think. And if that comes across I don't like Activision, fine. But the fact of the matter is Activision oversaturated the market. That didn't help things. That didn't help matters either. I read a lot of email I've been sent on that. Parents didn't know what to buy. Parents wanted to buy this and the kids wanted this. It was just a mess. How do we get it back to where it was? I don't think the rhythm game community is so broken that we can't fix it. It's becoming very petty. It's so petty that because I made a trip to a family member's house, because whether you want to believe it or not, I was friends with Greg, I got his trolling buddies wanting to come leaving comments on my video, and I have a big old statement right now that's written up by his family I just haven't posted yet. That's how petty it's become. Instead of reaching out and doing what was right, which was basically saying, okay, well, what can we do, or what did you learn, or are we really interested, it turned into, what again, a flaming war. The only way to put this community back together is knock all the pettiness off and bring it back to where it was. Take it back to a day when it was simply, we just played the game for fun. Azrael Reaction got really recognized, and he got really known really quickly because he was the first one that came out and did the very cool split screens. If I remember right, he was some kind of movie editor. He knew how to do that. And he had the coolest ones because not only did he have the split screen where he was playing over here and his chart was over here, but he also had a foot cam so you can see his foot. From there, of course, he got really good at the game and he started FCing things, and quite naturally, he got a lot of fans. And then that just came out with the next slew of drummers. Remember this, guys. For everyone out there that feels that they're good at something, there's somebody else out there that is better than you. If they are not on the scene yet, they're coming. There's a couple of guys that in the next few videos that I make, you're going to hear me pump their channel because I have said it before, I'll say it again. In the 3.5 years I've been here, I've never seen anybody do videos quite like I do. Well, I ran into one or two guys like that here over the course of the last couple of weeks. I want to make people better. But people in the rock band community couldn't handle that. They couldn't handle when the next kid came up and bumped off the person that they love so much, and now that person is no longer popular anymore. That person will always be popular if you keep making them popular. So you have to keep watching their videos and keep supporting them and keep coming out with, whatever you need to come out with to be able to support them. And they'll always be relevant. But there's always going to be someone out there that is better. Danny, who is, like I said, 6-time world record holder for Guinness Book for Guitar Hero, came off and knocked off who? I Am Chris for Life. I Am Chris for Life was the first one to ever do Through the Fire and Flames, and then here came Danny. Danny just did it 40 billion times better because he kept beating his own score and he kept getting Guinness Book of World Records. I Am Chris for Life ain't stressing. His life has moved on from that. I don't even think he really even plays Guitar Hero anymore because I am a friend of his on Facebook. He has other life interests that he's doing, and that's how it should be. So, as candid as this was, maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. You can let me know what you think in the comments. But the community ruined itself. And if you want a big old whistle to that, when a developer of a game changes their game because of the competitiveness of the community that plays it, then you should wake up and realize that what I'm telling you is exactly the truth. Because that's exactly why, in my ultimate belief, that Harmonix took every single competitive mode that there was out of Rock Band 3. Yes, I've talked to a couple of them, and yes, I have been told that one reason they removed it was because it didn't get a whole lot of play. Now, I can't say they're right, and I can't say they're wrong because I'm not looking at the numbers that they are that tells them if their game is being successful or not. But from my own opinion and my own standpoint, I don't think it had to do with the lack of competitive modes being played at all. because every time I went on there, I found somebody I could battle with. But I think, and one of my response I got back was, I'm hoping that we hope the community will embrace the new methods that we put into the game and have fun, to bring fun back. See, that's what it was. They already heard all the commotion. They've seen all the turmoil that's going on in the community over competition. Competition is healthy to a great level, but it also can be damaging. If you're somebody that just always got to win, you always got to be number one, you always got to be in the spotlight, that's damaging. I have a daughter who's 9 years old who plays bowling every Monday in a league. And the number one thing I tell her from someone who's played sports before is, it doesn't matter if you win all the time. What matters is that you went out there, win or lose, and did the best that you could. And over the course of the time that we were able to run the teams in the tournaments, you know, that's exactly what I saw. I saw so many people that came out that knew that they didn't have a chance in anywhere to beat the people that was in their category on that competition. But you know what? I think it was those guys that came and had the most fun. They came and said, I don't know what's going to happen, whatever happened. They sat down behind whatever they were playing, and they just had fun with it. See, that's what the game should be about. So to start putting this back together, we need to knock off all the competitiveness. We need to knock off all the cattiness. We need to knock off trying to tear down our own community. Whether you like it or not, if you don't like me, I am a big part of this community. You are a big part of this community. Without all of us working together, the community in a whole is going to continue to go the way it is, and yes, it is going to fail. Even though Rock Band may be kind of old and stale to you right now, there's still games out there that's replacing it. In closing, the number one thing that I do think that started turning the community against the rhythm games, other than the stuff I'll mention, is, you may agree, you may not agree, but the element of trying to learn a real instrument. I am still trying to find a whole kit of Rocksmith, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion about Rocksmith in Pro Mode right now. Without playing Rocksmith, I do believe that Harmonix, even though their Fender was extremely expensive when it was around, had the right framework for that. Because they built it into their game. And they said, if you want to learn, here it is. With Rocksmith, it is a game that if you buy it, you're buying it because you do want to learn. I think the Fender got discontinued for two reasons. That's the Fender Squier for, so let me make this whole thing, you know what I'm talking about. I want you to say Fender guitars got discontinued. The Fender Squier, which is for the Rock Band's Pro Mode, okay? Two reasons. One, it was way too high of a price point for a gamer. And two, there weren't a lot of people that wanted to dedicate time to sit down and actually learn an instrument. 34 years of playing drums, guys, and I'm telling you flat out, it is not the easiest thing to be able to sit down and learn to play an instrument. And you probably got parents who's buying this stuff for their children, and the parents are on their kids' back that you gotta learn all this stuff, and no one's learning it, gets returned, things get discontinued. So I think that we need to separate that a little bit. Rocksmith kind of did that in their game because they said that it's a learning game for guitar, and there it is. They kind of slammed rhythm gaming a little bit as far as plastic buttons, but they did it very professionally. So I think the whole entire thing of now the next big push is you got to learn this instrument kind of pushed people away a little bit. So if you want to learn an instrument, feel free to do that. But just remember that it ain't a game anymore. You're going to take hours upon hours of your time. You got to sit down. You got to learn it. You got to learn tabs. You got to learn everything else for guitar, and that's what you wish to do. So I do think that that's a little bit of it. And a lot of people started switching to, you know, trying to do that. And then when they probably didn't succeed, they wanted to in that, they failed on that a little bit. And then that kind of took them out of the whole entire community altogether. All right, guys. So that's my overall thoughts of why I think the gaming community or the rhythm community is where it is. Whether you agree or disagree with me, feel free to leave comments. Remember, though, that there is a way to be respectful, so you don't have to go all off, cuss, scream, and all that kind of stuff to make your point be heard. You guys know how to get a hold of me, Cena at cenascorner.com. You can reach me on Twitter, Cena5401. You can also reach me on Facebook /Cena's Corner 1101. All right, to all my people out there in the community, as you guys always know, I love you guys. I thank you for your support. I thank you for watching this video. Remember to like, rate, and subscribe. And until next time, peace, love, keep rocking. I can't even talk. Peace, love, keep rocking out. And I'm going to catch you guys the next time.